And when these things, when you have this as your motivation, karma phala sannyasa is there in your life, it will change, it will transform the quality of your mind. And what is that transformation? It means that your mind, from the present state of being vikshipta, from being disturbed and turbulent, it will raise itself to the ekagra. And this is what is exactly suggested by sage Patanjali in the next sutra. The sage says, Samadhi bhavanartha klesha tanukaranarthascha. That why is this Kriya Yoga to be practiced? Because it naturally will create an atmosphere in you, around you, which is a meditative atmosphere. Then that person, then you are not a frivolous person. You are not a shallow person. There will be depth to every action of yours, every word of yours. You say that, why do people take me so lightly? People take you lightly because you are saying that they don't give importance to you. That is because whatever you may say does not give them that depth. You may have opinions, but those opinions do not have any real depth. You may use a long and big bombastic words, but that does not make any difference. Talking about big concepts is not big thinking. This depth is something different. When a person finds himself living by these tapaswadhyaya, Ishvara pranidhana, he will develop an aura of meditativeness for himself and forget what others are going to look at you as. That is not at all your identity. Your identity is how peaceful are you with yourself. Your identity, your achievement is how resolved are you with yourself. That when you see conflicts, are you able to resolve the conflicts, or are you a victim of those conflicts? What happens to you? Problems everybody is going to have. Nobody is free of problems. One of my teachers under whom I studied, he said, even a light pole, this street lamp, also has a problem. The dogs which pass by, even those lampposts have a problem. Don't say that you should not have a problem, and never ever say that you should not have a problem in life. If problems are taken away from your life, what is the spice? What is the fun? If they aren't there, then there is... it would be so boring. And that's why Bhagavan has given each one of you such a husband and wife. That your life should not become boring. You should be creating problems. And she should be creating problems. So that there is sufficient challenge to keep you going. That's your fuel. Don't say why I should not have any problem. Fine, problems are there, which means the only time and the only one who does not have a problem is a dead body. The dead body does not have a problem whether what you do with it, throw it in fire or throw it in a pit. It does not have anything to say. No problem. If you have a problem, that means you are living, you are still alive, you are existing. It's a good thing. You are not dead. Let it be there. But when you are meeting those problems and situations outside, are you able to resolve them there and leave your mind undisturbed? Or are you taking the problems deep inside and creating a disturbance inside? Find that out. If this is happening, then bring those elements which will remove this. And those are tapas, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. That itself will create a state of meditation for you. Then such a person, let him sit anywhere for even 2 minutes. He can close his eyes and he will be in samadhi. Then samadhi is not something that is very far away for him, because now he is inclined. His mind is already creating that atmosphere. You are conducive for that samadhi abhyasa. Therefore, samadhi does not come somewhere because you go for meditation classes. It is not like sewing classes. It is not a learned behavior. Meditation is not a learned behavior. Meditation is a product of that predisposition of the mind. Do you have disposition for that? When you do not have any disposition for meditation and then you are still going, no, I'm sitting, and then what? हमने बहुत किया, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. 2-2 घंटा मेडिटेशन किया, कुछ नहीं हुआ. नहीं हुआ क्या? कर कौन रहा था वो तो पहले देखो. That's why he says this is Kriya Yoga. I think if you can take this back, let these values, let these ideas of tapas, swadhyaya and ishvara pranidhana stay with you. If you have understood what is tapa, if you have understood what is swadhyaya, gathering like this to study the moksha shastra is called as swadhyaya. But about this swadhyaya also you should know that this swadhyaya has got such an importance that it should not be ever missed. In fact, it has to be a steady process, like a continuous perennial stream. It is not a fad. Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. In the Taittiriya Upanishad of the Krishna Yajurveda, the teacher is giving his last parting message to the students before they leave the Gurukula. It is called as Samavartana. This ceremony is called as Samavartana. You call it graduation here. But this idea of completing the education from the teacher and then going out in life to take the Grihastha was called as Samavartana. And this is since Vedic days, which was there with the Indians. It was, you don't have to teach us what is convocation. When the world did not know what university was, we had several universities. We had several universities, not one or two. When the world did not know what is library, we had a massive library which kept, when those libraries were set on fire, it took them 6 months and years to burn the entire library down. 6 months the fire was going on. You can imagine, and books at that time, we did not have the printing technology. What we had, that each book was manually written. It was a manuscript, handwritten, and the sheer number of books which were handwritten were so enormous that it took them 6 months to burn the entire lot. Kashmir was another seat of education. When they wanted to cross the rivers in Kashmir, to take the armies across, the Mughals finally brought their books from those libraries and threw it in the river to make the elephants and horses walk over it. You can understand what number of books we had. I'm not saying that be against the community which did it, their forefathers did it, but understand what you had once. So over there, when the teacher is giving that Samavartana message, go ahead and live in your life as the Grihasthas, the teacher says, Swadhyaya Pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. This is the Vedajna. It is the, what do they say, order of the Vedas, command of the Vedas. That one should not inadvertently miss Swadhyaya and Pravachana. Should not. This is not told to monks, mind you. This is not told to a sannyasi that Swadhyaya Pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. This is not told to him. To whom is it told? It is told to that student who is leaving the Gurukula to begin his life as a Grihastha. How important it is, please understand. Therefore, Tapa, Swadhyaya and Ishvara Pranidhana, these are the three things you have to carry back. And when in whatever amount you are able to bring that in practice, you will see the transformation taking place. Then you will not be the same person who is all the time irritated, dejected, depressed. Why should that be your character? Why should this be your character? Not at all. Rather, your character should be cheerful and collected. No matter what the circumstances around you are, but nothing should be able to rob you of your smile. Nothing should be able to rob you of your alertness. Nothing should be able to rob you of your joy. Ishvara Pranidhana. So these are the three things which constitute yoga, Kriya Yoga. And we have seen only one sutra of the Yoga Sutras. You understand what the whole thing is. When we speak of Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, it may appear that, we have to finish things in 7 days. Sir, it is not 7 days, it is a lifelong process. And when you will be able to revel in the words of Bhagavan, in the words of sage Patanjali, you please know that you don't belong then to this ordinary mundane world. You have a different place. Well, Here I offer all this, whatever I have spoken, taught, back to the teacher. Paramaguru. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all.